So hey everyone, I'm Daniel, and yeah, the E3 2019 is over, and I think it's time to talk about it, review it, and yeah, talk about the new game, something like that. So yes, let's begin. So in the beginning, I just want to say my opinion about it. So I think, in my opinion, this year E3 was really bad because there was too little of new games, like I think, and there wasn't like this huge moments, interesting, this wow moments. There was just one wow moment on this E3. Sony wasn't there because of course they have nothing to show us because all their exclusive games that they shown us for the last few years they already published, I mean released, or at least they will be released this year, so they just don't have nothing to show us, and I can understand that. So yeah, it was bad. Why it was bad? Let's talk about it. So I'm not gonna go deep, really deep into the details. No. I'm just gonna talk about some few games that I want to talk about and just, just the whole thing. So yeah, let's begin. I saw the full press conference of EA Play, of Ubisoft, of Bethesda Games, from Microsoft, Xbox, and from Square Enix. Exactly, that's all of I saw. So I didn't saw this Nintendo presentation because I don't care about Nintendo actually. I don't like Nintendo Switch and I don't care about their games and about their presentation. That's why I didn't saw there. So yeah, let's begin. So E-Play, I just saw the gameplay, the presentation of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That is, yes, exactly. That is, yeah, that's actually everything what I saw on EA Play because I didn't care about this new chapter for Battlefield 5 or whatever it is. I don't care about the yearly FIFA. I don't care about FIFA 20, and I don't care about Sims 4 and solving. So, I don't care about DLCs and add-ons for games that are already there. I just care about the new games. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was this new game, and they shown us a gameplay. And I'm gonna say it looks okay. It looks not bad, but at the same time it doesn't look great. You know, First, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not a big fan of that. I never played a game in Star Wars universe, let's say like that. So I didn't play Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. I never saw a movie from Star Wars, a Star Wars saga. So yeah, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I still enjoyed the gameplay trailer. So we saw some parkour elements like the wall run. Also we saw, this combat mode, how you will fight against the I don't know how they're called. I'm just saying the enemies, and it was not bad. I mean, the fighting looks okay. It doesn't look great, but at the same time, it doesn't look bad. It's just okay. It's not bad. So so we saw like how we will fight with this light sword. I think it's light sword. I don't know how they're called. Sorry, Star Wars fans. I'm really sorry. I apologize. I don't know anything about Star Wars, so please don't hate me. Yeah, and yeah, we saw actually a cool thing about the gameplay was this time thing where you can stop or make the time very slow, or stop the time. I didn't saw if the time was stopped or it was just slower, and that was cool. Like when it was used in the combat, it looked good, it looked interesting. You could make a lot of cool things. A lot of cool kills with this time stop thing. And it was great. It was cool. You could make a lot of new tricks, skills, how to kill the enemies. And also there was like this duel battle, like you and one enemy that was a little bit harder to beat. And this battle was also not bad with the slide sword. Yeah, it was just not bad. It was not bad. It doesn't seem like it will be a masterpiece, but it looks like it will be like an okay, acceptable game. Then there was Xbox, with their press conference, of, and it was not good. It was boring. The main problem with E3 2019 that it was boring. They showed us a lot of boring stuff. Like they showed us a lot of, they showed us mobile games. They seriously announced mobile games and some DLCs and add-ons. Seriously, I think the people who go to E3, they want to see new games and not some mobile games. I mean, not a lot of people cares about mobile game actually who go to E3, and that was bad. So Xbox didn't show us a lot of new stuff. For me, in my opinion, okay, there was of course new games, but I actually didn't care about it. The only cool thing about it was that, and exactly, Xbox had the best moment of the whole E3, where Keanu Reeves showed up, for Cyberpunk 2077. I have a video about it where I talk a little bit more detailed about this trailer. You can watch it. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, they showed us a new cinematic trailer for Cyberpunk. It was 4 minutes long. It was good. I like the cinematic trailer, and in the end, Keanu Reeves showed up, and he will be a character in this game. It was awesome. It was amazing, seriously. And yes, and nothing else. Yeah, they also, announced, their new Xbox console. It's called Project Scarlet. They didn't show us the design, how it will look like. They just talked about a little bit about how powerful it will be and this whole thing. I actually want to see how it will look like, not how strong it will be, because I don't understand anything about the powers and consoles and TVs or something like that. So I don't understand it. And yeah, so nothing special about it. Then I saw Bethesda. They showed us, of course, again, some mobile games announcement that no one really cares about. What else they showed? They showed us, Doom Eternal. Some a little bit of gameplay. It was okay. Like, I will say I never played a Doom game. I will play Doom 2016. Yeah, I will play it. So Doom Eternal looks okay. It looks okay. Next, there was Ubisoft. They showed us Watch Dogs Legion. This was the first game I think they showed us, and Watch Dogs Legion looks interesting. And they showed us London. London looks much more different than San Francisco and Watch Dogs 2. We saw also gameplay. I saw a lot of elements from Watch Dogs 2. But also, what I liked about it is the finisher. So like this John Wick style finisher, with the guns. It looked cool. It was awesome. A weird thing about it is that we will also be able to recruit old people, like a grandma, and she fights. And it is weird. It is like it is really weird. Nothing like wow, because I never was a fan of Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 2 was like okay. When I played it twice, and it was like okay, it was not bad. The story wasn't great. The gameplay was okay. Nothing interesting. What else? So Ubisoft also showed us like this new operator for Rainbow Six Siege. It's not interesting. They showed us Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Yeah, and that was. I mean, they didn't show us a lot of new stuff. Nothing really special about it. Because if there will be something special, I would remember that. But right now, I didn't remember any special game except for Watch Dogs Legion. And yes, so and in the end there was Square Enix. I saw Square Enix. Like I said, in Square Enix there were also nothing special. They showed us Final Fantasy Remake, 7, or which episode it was. The main game of this presentation was for me the Avengers. The Avengers, exactly. So the Avengers, they didn't show us gameplay. I mean, in some part of the trailer there was like few seconds of gameplay. I saw that, and they showed us, like the story trailer. We could tell that, they showed us the story a little bit, what it will be about. It looks interesting, pretty interesting actually. I mean, I very excited to see how the gameplay will be. And they also showed us Scott Lang, I think, or Pym. They showed us also Scott Lang, I mean the Ant-Man. If we will be able to play for him, I don't know. So yes, nothing to say. Like I said, the E3 was pretty boring this year, like really boring. I would be really disappointed if I would pay for that, and you know, see something like that. I was really disappointed for this time. I mean, I understand why a lot of people, you know, they like clapped in their hands when they saw, you know, an announce for a mobile game. So yeah, this E3 was boring. That's all what I want to say. Of course, Ubisoft and other, they showed us a lot of other games, also big games, but I wasn't interested, you know, in these games. That's why I didn't talk about it. And that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, guys, that's it. And if you watched till this time, then I'm really thankful and I appreciate that, and thank you very much. So yeah, this year's it was boring, and I hope next year where Sony will be there, they will destroy and show us some really cool, awesome games, you know. But this time it was boring, and yeah, if you watch this video, if you like this video, why not to subscribe, and why not to like this video, and why not to write a comment. And yes, we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.